Who's right? Who's wrong? You decide. Hash it out with Frank Garay and Brian Stevens. Brought to you by Redmond Wholesale.
Hi, I'm Carl Markman with Redmond Wholesale. We're incredibly proud of our history of educating and partnering with the broker and banker community to prepare you for what's next. We've always been committed to same-day turn times on initial underwrites, which allows us to earn your business each and every day. We're happy to sponsor the following program.
Hello, my name is Brian Stevens, and I'm here with another fellow named Frank Garay. And today we want to talk to you about social sites and some of the implications of having social sites could be for not only you, but also your consumers. One of the stories that we heard that was very interesting is that there is a credit scoring model that's being kind of bantered about right now that's going to look at a person's social sites along with their phone logs to see what type of language they use. And so that language could then be superimposed on their credit scores.
Wow.
The example that they gave, and we thought this was great, people who tend to say the word wasted a whole bunch of times in their profile are generally not a good profile of a person who's going to pay their loans back on time.
That is so weird.
But now one of the other parts that we talk about here is let's look at the behavior of your real estate and your lending professionals out in the community and think of some of the behavior, the wasted behavior that we get involved in on a variety of levels.
Yeah, I think what we need to look at here is I know we like social media because
Yes.
we feel that, hey, there could be some businesses in that. If I say yes to everybody's friend request and I'm going to be posting things, they're going to know that I do loans and someday maybe somebody's going to say, hey man, maybe you can help me out or something along those lines. And that's why I think one of the reasons that we like social media as a lending professional, but I think what we have to be careful of is what the heck we're putting on these social sites. Because believe me, everybody's looking at it, everybody sees it, and people are making opinions about you based on what you're sticking on these social sites or what you're putting into your, onto your news feed or whatever it is. Maybe you could share an example. We have somebody that we know who, it's remarkable what this person, I wouldn't even say the gender, that this person says on their social sites where we look at it, we're horrified. We're like, oh my gosh, if I was a consumer or a referral partner, I would never have anything to do with this person based on what was just said here.
Okay.
But that person feels like, he or she is saying the right thing or whatever. So.
Example, spitting venom about real estate agents, and if you covet real estate agents' business, that's probably a pretty bad idea to do.
Right.
Because any real estate agent can go on your site and see that even if you're at a vulnerable moment and you had a bad transaction, when you post some of this stuff, it sticks around and takes on a life of its own.
Right.
What was interesting is we saw another really great article. It said, hey, come work with me. I'm absolutely fantastic. Realtors love me. My clients love me. Without the foresight of all I have to do is click on your name and I can see all the venom that you've been speaking towards the same real estate agents.
Right.
Another example, I just got back from Las Vegas. Now, every convention seems to be held in Las Vegas. Sin City, that goes on the road, stays on the road type of stuff that you hear all the time. When you go to these conventions, people will go listen to the speakers, and that's what they do in between drinking gin and tonics from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
Now, how many of these people are going to these conventions on a regular basis, and you constantly see postings with them with the whole wasted thing on a regular basis? As a consumer, is this somebody that you necessarily want to align yourself with? Very strong political views is another thing I don't get. Because all you're going to do is offend half the people out there.
Right.
Again, even very strong religious views, because there's going to be a lot of people that don't necessarily agree with that.
Right.
Part of the social fabric of these sites is for salespeople to generate more business. So before you're posting, just think, am I endearing myself to somebody or am I alienating myself to more people?
And I got to bring this up too, is like the younger generation, the first-time homebuyer generation that's out there today, they're very hip to social media, they're very hip to the online experience, and a lot of times if you're being referred by, say, a real estate agent, hey, talk to Frank, he's really great, they may go on and search Frank out.
That's true.
Before they even talk to me, and then kind of get a feel for who Frank is, and there may be something that Frank said that's turning them off, and they might come back and go, I don't want to work with Frank. So I guess the point we're just trying to make here is the social media thing goes a lot deeper than we might think, and just to really be thoughtful about the stuff that we're putting on there, the things that we're saying, because it could have a very negative impact on your book of business.
And finally, and this is the last point I'm going to bring up here. So we've brought up that credit reporting bureaus could look at these. Your employer could be looking at these. Consumers whose business you are trying to cover right now could be looking at these things.
Right.
And if you look at all the different enforcement actions that you have against lenders right now for their marketing, for their behavior, and the things that they do you really want yourself or your coworkers to be in the crosshairs of agencies that might bring enforcement actions against you?
True.
You know,
I don't know.
They're looking.
Surf responsibly. With that, you guys have a great one. We'll catch you here later on Hash It Out.
Bye.
Bye.
What's the ultimate measure of a wholesale lender? Commitment. Remmen Wholesale is committed to our broker partners. It's why we provide a huge educational platform offering everything from webinars to seminars to individualized training tools in the program you just watched. We understand that our role is to make you look great in front of your customers and referral sources so you can earn more business and increase your income. Find out more at RemmenWholesale.com.
This is Mortgage News Network.